Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, my name is Haley, and if you are a returning subscriber, I am so excited that you guys are back. I am continuing with the planner series and sharing with you guys how I've saved over $1,000 this year and how I've been budgeting all of my finances, and show you my top tips and some of my favorite tools that I use to keep my money in check. So let's get started. Before we get started, you know the drill. Hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already, and make sure you guys follow me on my social media because I like to do giveaways on there and you don't want to miss out. So first of all, maybe you're thinking, Haley, how do I budget? I'm only in college, I'm only in high school, like I don't even have a steady income. That's okay. Everybody can have a budget, or at least start to work on a budget at any stage in the game. Everything is down in the description box for budget resources that you can use. Different formulations and calculators. They're super simple to figure a budget out that works best for you. One thing that I actually have been talking to Kyle a lot about is like some of our financial goals, because if we don't write them down, if we don't put down on paper what we want to achieve and accomplish, they're not going to happen. So write down some personal finance goals. Maybe it's a savings goal, or even a wish list item that you want to save up for, or a bigger future savings that you are trying to plan for. Once you figure out your budget and you can visually understand how your money is divvied up or where it is, make sure you guys are utilizing your bank's resources. So if they have apps, make sure you download those. I keep my apps on my phone. Where else would I keep them? So I have an app on my phone where I can go on every single day and check my bank accounts. I highly recommend you guys check every single day your accounts, even if you know that nothing has gone in and out. It's a great habit to get into, and it will help you to always be aware of what you have. I also go on to Credit Sesame maybe once a month to check kind of like my credit score and stuff like that. I had a whole video on that, and I will link that down below if you guys are curious about your own credit scores. My other favorite resource is mint.com. This is not a sponsored video. I am simply sharing with you guys my favorite tools that I use. Mint.com allows me to see all of my bank accounts in one spot. It can put on their insurance policies, loans, bills. It can help you set financial goals. So it will say like how much you want to spend in this area. So for example, I spend X amount of money in groceries per month. You can actually go in there and it'll like keep you accountable, because if like, let's say I went to the grocery store and I spent $80, and let's say that was over my budget for the week, then I would get a notification saying that you spent X amount over your budget, and it would try to kind of balance it back out for you. So it's a really automated way to stay in line, and it helps me to stay on my budget, which is kind of similar to like the Dave Ramsey system with the cash envelopes. The best way to stay organized with your finances, like I said, is to check them every single day, and then also have kind of like weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly checkups. So every single week, not only do I do an income and expense spreadsheet on my computer, I will have that link down below for you guys as well. I like to see everything that I spend, everything that I've made, and it actually formulates your net income for the week or the month, or however you decide to divvy it up. Now, because I have a business, I have to do all of those business finances separately, but these tips can work for you whether or not you have a business or not. Also, every single month I go through my planner and I mark off when my bills are due or when they're going to be automatically deducted out of my bank accounts. Even though I don't have to physically do anything, I just like to know, okay, this came out today, that came out today. It makes me more aware of my budget. Next thing that I do weekly is organize my receipts. Yes, I save my receipts. It's a very good habit to get into. I have to do it for May Movement, but I like to do it for myself because it will help me to see what I've spent. As old school as it sounds, I like the tangibleness of adding it up with a calculator or an adding machine. Another way that I organize my finances, and this is a brand new tip for me, it was to get a separate bank account for taxes. Now, I don't know if that's like a normal thing, but I read it on a blog somewhere and I thought it was a great idea. So every time I get paid, I will put a percentage of my paycheck. Again, that is going to be personal for you, but you put a percentage into that tax savings account, or tax checking account really, and every time when taxes are due, you already have your tax money sitting there ready to go to the IRS. On Sundays, I also deduct my $20 savings, which is how I have been able to save $1,000 this year, or will have at least saved $1,000 this year. So every single week I take $20 cash out and I put it into a filing system. You could also have a bank account for this, but I do this every single week so that way at the end of the year I will have at least $1,040 saved up for no reason. It's an awesome feeling. It's emergency cash. It could be used for something that you've been really wanting, or it can just be a really good habit to get into. So in my wallet, I have some little paper clips that I have labeled for different categories for spending. And every single week I put cash on those clips, and that is the only amount of money that I can spend. If I go over it, the whole point is to not use my debit or credit card. And it is a really great system because I used to swipe my card so easily, and now it's kind of like, all right, I know I have this much for groceries, this much for gas, this much for dates and fun things, and it's helping me to really manage my money. Every single month I take out my monthly review folder, which I'm gonna do a whole separate video on because I feel like it is a tool that could really benefit a lot of people for different reasons. But I go through the checklist and make sure that everything financially is done, and this just helps me to make sure that I don't forget anything. So it's not like I can say, okay, well I filed my receipts, but I forgot A, B, and C. Do you know what I mean? So if I look at the spreadsheet, I can be like, all right, I did that, we're good to go. That month's done, move on to the next one. The last tip is to just be accountable. Like I said, check your bank accounts every single day. And then another thing that's kind of helped me is to tell other people about my financial goals. Now, I know people say like, don't talk to people about your finances. But for example, if I want to go do X, Y, and Z with my friends, you know, I have to budget for that. You don't want to ever feel pressured into purchasing something or spending money on something that you really don't want to. So, you know, tell people that you're on a budget. It's not something to be ashamed of. In fact, it's very mature, and people will probably be like impressed by you, to be honest. So instead of someone saying like, hey, we want to go here for the weekend, and you're thinking in your head like, that's going to be this much plus that plus this, and it's already really, you know, cutting into your budget, by telling other people you won't feel as guilty or as pressured. So just a simple tip, tell people that you're on a budget. It's okay. I hope you guys liked seeing how I budget and plan out my finances. I will have all of the resources and products linked down below for you guys if you are looking to get started in being a little bit more money savvy. So I hope you guys are having an awesome February. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and follow me on social media. I feel like, is that so redundant to say all the time? Does that get annoying? If you guys just hit the button, I wouldn't have to say it so much. Also, if you guys haven't subscribed to my weekly newsletter, I give away free recipes, workouts, and life tips, and coupon codes, and different giveaways for you guys that are only for newsletter members. So that will be linked down below as well. I have some awesome sweet treat recipes for you guys that are very macro friendly this month. So make sure you guys subscribe to that. And I hope you are all doing well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.